Alright campers, this is a different video, let me tell you. So, you've read the title, and yes, this is an unbiased review of a YouTuber named Jake Paul. Apparently some things happened yesterday, and we got some emails from some of our campers asking if we knew who Jake Paul was and if we knew what was going on, because they have children who watch his channel, and they don't know if he's, family friendly. So, since I couldn't sleep last night, I decided I would do some research, and Cari was already asleep, that's why she's not in the video, because she doesn't know who Jake Paul is either, other than just knows that he's a YouTuber. So this is just going to be a solo mission, just to help out some of the parents who watch our channel. And again, this is a completely unbiased review, so for all the people who clicked on this video just because you saw Jake Paul in the title, again, this is an unbiased review. I have no ill thoughts towards Jake Paul or his family or his friends, and I have recently only learned about a lot of the things behind his channel literally 12 hours ago. So again, unbiased. Okay, so number one, who is Jake Paul? Jake Paul is a 20-year-old YouTuber who has quickly risen through the... this guy has millions of followers on YouTube, and apparently it didn't take him that long to get there. So that's a big feat for those of you who know about YouTube and know how hard it is to gain subscribers. So according to Wikipedia, which is what I'll be using, and then some of the videos that I watched last night, this is where I'm getting the information from. Now I know Wikipedia is not the best site, but this just gives me an idea of where he's from and the company that he owns and things like that. Most of the information in the unbiased review is going to be coming from the videos that I watched. Now I won't be adding in any photos because I do not own the rights to those photos, and I do not want to get in trouble for that, and apparently that's where some of the controversy is going to come in. So anyway, 20-year-old YouTuber, he's from Ohio. He has a brother named Logan Paul who also makes videos. They both got their start on Vine, which was an app that is, it had 6-second videos, and by the time Vine ended, and according to Wikipedia, Jake Paul had about 5.3 million followers. So here's a young kid who is basically influencing the way that we watch social media. Now, he wasn't the first person to do it, but he did, from what I watched last night, he did change some of the ways it was filming, and he actually targeted quite a younger crowd than most of the big name YouTubers you see. Like there's a YouTuber named PewDiePie who does video games. I'm sure he has some younger followers, but a lot of his content does include swearing, so maybe some parents, don't allow their kids to watch him. Now Jake Paul, sometimes when there is swearing, he does blurt it out. So he'll have like a little parakeet noise or some kind of bird that's like, and I think it's neat. He's obviously still swearing, so, but at least, you don't really hear like the F word or like some really bad words on the channel. Now, I don't really have, personally, obviously I don't know Jake Paul, but there's some controversy going on right now with him. And from what I learned last night, apparently he put up a video stating that his assistant was assaulted. Okay, that's horrible. When I first saw that, not knowing anything that was going on, I thought, wow, this is a little bit crazy. This is a YouTuber who has an assistant and she was assaulted. So I watched the video, and it looked to be that it was going to be something called clickbait, because in the beginning of the video it had nothing to do with this assistant getting assaulted. It wasn't until halfway through the video that he's finally sitting down at a table with some other gentleman. I guess he's a part of the Team 10, which I'll talk about in a minute, and another girl named Erica Costell, who's also a part of Team 10, and then this girl Meg, who's the assistant who was assaulted, allegedly. So, according to Jake's video, there was an incident at a club with another YouTuber called FaZe Banks, and apparently FaZe allegedly clotheslined the girl. So, I don't know if that's true or not. I care, obviously, if someone got hurt, but I don't have access to any of, security footage, so I don't know if that's true. But what is happening on the internet now is that this person who he blamed for doing it, and he called out, as the youngsters say, put up a video with some pretty big evidence that it's not true. But again, I haven't seen any footage, so I cannot tell you whether I think it's true or not, because I don't know. And again, I'm not passing judgment. But I was asked about the current controversy over Jake Paul, and this is it. So Jake Paul says this man assaulted his assistant, and this man, FaZe Banks, says that he did not. Or if he did, now this is important as well, he said it could have been a mistake when he was standing up, that he just had his arm out, because apparently he's very tall and he weighs, 250 pounds or something. So that's the current controversy. Now, if any of you are familiar with Twitter, apparently yesterday, which would have been August 18th, I'm not sure about the timestamp, but Jake Paul tweeted 10 million subscribers. Thank you very much. Let's keep this going. Well, a few hours later, this FaZe Banks controversy happened, and there's a site called socialblade.com where you can go in and you can put your, your favorite YouTuber or just a YouTuber you want to check out, and you can see their live subscriber count. So within the past, I want to say maybe 14, 15 hours, Jake Paul is now, he has lost those subscribers, and it's actually going down. So he's lost over 100,000 subscribers in, 14, 15 hours. And it's all because apparently the people who follow him are fed up with clickbait titles, which are titles that really don't have anything to do with your video, that just bring people to the video, and they're tired of him lying. Apparently a lot of the people who follow him believe that he's lying about this assistant being assaulted. So now I want to move on to something called Team 10. Now this is something else I learned about last night. Team 10 is a company. In fact, they call it, give me just a second here, an influencer marketing management and creative agency. So this is something that Jake Paul created, and he signs other YouTubers onto this Team 10, and some of them live in the house with him, and some of them abruptly move out. Now again, I'm not passing any judgment, but from what I was able to see online, Team 10 used to have a lot of people, in their roster. One of them was Alyssa Violet, and it turns out that this person was possibly Jake's ex, who lived in the house with him, and Jake also kicked her out. So there's a lot of drama surrounding this. So before I even tell you whether or not I think he's family friendly, just with the level of drama that's happening, with this gentleman's channel, I don't know that it would be something that I would want my kids to watch, because I can't even understand it, to be honest. But from what I could see, there are a lot of people that he signed to this, marketing company, which is somewhat close to a network. I know that a lot of you aren't really familiar with it, but there are a lot of networks out there who try to sign YouTubers. Cari and I, for example, they're always emailing us and stating, we can get you brands that, you'll endorse on your channel, and you'll make money, and we'll pay you to do this. And, Cari and I, we don't really feel comfortable doing that kind of stuff, so we always turn them down. So it seems like Team 10 is very close to, what these companies are. Now I could be wrong, but I'm just stating what I learned last night. So lastly, in the second category of what's this controversy, Jake Paul was also a Disney Channel star. He was on a show called Bizaardvark, and he played a character named Dirk. Once all this stuff started happening with all the drama at the Team 10 house, which is why I wanted to let you guys know what Team 10 was, even before yesterday, he was released from his Disney contract, stating that they had just outgrown each other, apparently. Well, when I got to see Disney's, you know, release about it, and then I read Jake Paul's. It seemed like Disney was firing him, but again, I don't know that for sure. It just seems like one of those canned messages, you know, that people put out when, you know, you later find out that they were asked to leave. So it does seem like Disney Channel didn't want to have anything to do with, you know, what was going on with Jake Paul at that time. So to wrap up the controversy that's going around with him, currently he is allegedly stating that his assistant was assaulted. He's moving out of his home apparently because he told fans to stop by, and the neighborhood where he lives, the people don't like that, so there's a lot of people really upset with all these kids and all these cars. I mean, there's video of David Beckham and his son Cruz, you know, waiting outside of Team 10 house. David Beckham was in a vehicle, I guess, but Cruz was waiting by the gate. And number 3, there's a bunch of drama, and I will call it drama, with these members of Team 10 who move into the house and then abruptly move out, or they are asked to leave. So, is Jake Paul family friendly? At this time, I would say no. And I kind of feel bad for him, and I will say that because I don't know how I would act. I mean, I'd like to think that I would have the same morals if I was 20 years old, and according to YouTube and Wikipedia and the Social Blade site, making over $1 million a year, I would still like to think that I wouldn't treat people the way that he does on these vlogs. I guess I can't say for sure, but right now it seems like he is a boy who's making some really poor decisions, and they're possibly influenced by, you know, just trying to be cool, trying to be hip, and trying to reach the top of every single chart. I just don't think he would be someone that I would want my kids to watch at this time. I mean, maybe later. You know, it seems like he's, through some of the videos that I've watched, he's tried to apologize, you know, for the errors of his ways. He was called out on a podcast that was actually, you know, videotaped, and he stated that he was filming someone without their knowledge before he asked them if he could film them, and he continued to use the footage before the person had said yes. So I guess this was a big deal because he really wasn't being cool. You know, it's just something that YouTubers wouldn't do. Like, even for Cari and I, we barely call ourselves YouTubers, but we don't walk into a business and just assume we can start filming. You know, we ask, and sometimes people say no. You know, but the way that it's going on with some of these guys, it looks like they just have these cameras everywhere. They're just carrying them around, and, you know, they just start filming all willy-nilly. So that's kind of something that I wouldn't want my, you know, child to see either, you know, and think that having manners wasn't completely necessary. So at this time, regardless of the upbringing that he had, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, maybe his parents don't really know what to do. I mean, he is 20 years old. He's above the age of 18, so legally he can make his own decisions. You know, maybe he tells his mom and dad that this is all for show. There was an incident where he set his pool on fire, and apparently the flames reached over 12 feet high, and a neighbor next door was coughing from all the flames. He built a slide, this giant wooden slide that's definitely not safe for people to come and slide into this tiny pool. I mean, he definitely does things without thinking, so that would be the last reason that I would not want my child to watch his channel. So I hope you guys understand that I'm not trying to pass judgment on him. And for those of you who have emailed us and asked us, you know, who is this person? Is he family safe? My own opinion is that he's not. I don't care to watch him, and I wouldn't have my kids watch him. But obviously I encourage you to go see his videos and just kind of see for yourself and really kind of make your own assessment and see if he's safe. But from what you asked me to do, I do not think he is. So anyway, if there's any other videos you'd like to see, I kind of had fun doing some research on this. I think I'm going to continue to follow the story along because I'm wondering, just to go back to the big controversy that's happening right now and the Twitter hashtag Jake Paul is over party. It's actually #1 trending, and it has been for close to 18 hours now, I guess, even before any of this controversy broke. But man, it's something I'm curious about, because apparently there's going to be a lawsuit between Jake and this FaZe Banks person, and this FaZe Banks is trying to get the footage from the club to see what actually happened. So anyway, there's more going on. I will link their profiles in case any of you guys are interested in following along. It was neat to play detective, like I said. I'm sorry if a little bit of this was confusing, but I tried to give you the information in order, you know, with who is Jake Paul, what's the controversy, and is he safe? You know, I kind of went back and forth a little bit, you know, but yeah, I mean, this is the information that I was able to dig up in the amount of time not being able to sleep, so I hope it's helpful for you guys, and thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the flippity.